Hello, hello, and happy November, everyone. Here we are in the month of November. Where did this year go, right? The exciting thing for me in November is all of the upcoming holidays that are approaching. I love this time of year for a few reasons, partially the holidays. I absolutely love the holidays. Not so much excited about the shrinking days here in the Northern Hemisphere and when it starts turning dark out by 5 o'clock at night. But the good thing about that is it does allow you to spend more time in the kitchen. I know for me, when it turns dark and it's rainy, obviously up here in the Pacific Northwest, what else are you going to do but head into the kitchen and make some glorious food? Absolutely a thrilling time for me to get back into the kitchen, start cooking a little more complex meals, and maybe not even necessarily complex meals, but maybe adding more variety to it, including several different dishes instead of trying to combine everything into one like I did in the summer months, so I could get back outside and play in the dirt in the garden and go for walks along the river, all that good fun type of stuff. But right here, as we're moving into November, one of the things that I like to do is start planning out my holiday meals. And I know that might sound a little crazy, a little, how can you do that a month or two in advance? But I do find a lot of times it can be difficult to find cookbooks, to find recipes that excite you and that really motivate you, especially as you move into a plant-based lifestyle. I know for me, one of the hardest holidays to celebrate has always been Thanksgiving. Now, if you look at a traditional American Thanksgiving meal, it all revolves around meat. Every last bit of it, from the turkey that you create, to the gravy that you make with turkey drippings, to the stuffing, again, depending on what you include in the stuffing. We always would have green beans around the table with bacon involved in it. It seemed like every last dish on a Thanksgiving table was meat oriented in some way. And not only that, not necessarily healthy and good for you too, right? I remember when my daughter first turned vegetarian and we were really focused on just pulling out the meat ingredients, Thanksgiving became a nightmare. How did you look at the table in the same way when everything had some type of meat byproduct in it? So it became one of the most difficult holidays to navigate. But as we all came on board, as my entire immediate family moved into vegetarian and then vegan and then finally what we consider a plant-based lifestyle, we started having a lot of fun, and it is now one of our favorite holidays because we, I guess, kind of have an anti-Thanksgiving meal, meaning obviously turkey is way far away. It's nothing that we even consider anymore. But in a lot of cases, we decide how to have fun with it, how to cook together as a family, and how to create something really exciting. Now for us, we've done a variety of things over the years. We've done everything from having a sushi holiday where we just try different types of sushi and make all that. We've done holidays, Thanksgiving holidays, where we try and keep it as traditional as possible, meaning we try and stick more with the side dish and maybe the main ingredient type of meals and just kind of run with that. So there really isn't a right or a wrong way to approach holidays, but what I have found is it's not something that you can leave until the last minute. I know for me, I like to pick out a cookbook a month or two in advance and actually write everything down, come up with ideas and kind of theme it, make the theme of your Thanksgiving meal, and it makes it a lot more exciting as you move into a plant-based lifestyle. So with that, I know last year when I was doing this, I tried to give cookbooks way ahead of time so that you could get them, order them, have them sitting on your desk so that you can actually go through them and make up and set up your own meal plan. So I thought I would do that again because I think that works. It works so well for me. Even though Thanksgiving this year is probably as late as it possibly can be. It's way at the end of November. It still is a little easier if you can start thinking about it a few weeks in advance And then even if you can pick out recipes maybe that you want to try, you want to experiment with beforehand, before the big day, especially if you're having guests over and you will be including other people in your Thanksgiving meal. So with that, I started looking around for, what type of thing did I want to have this year? And a lot of times it does come down to maybe what books I find and what motivates me, what I've grown in my garden this year, what I've really enjoyed cooking with over the last few months. For me, I guess what led me to this month's cookbook was something that I have been enjoying all year. And if you've followed me for any length of time, chances are you've come across several YouTube videos that I've included from a chef, a plant-based chef that has really intrigued me this year. I love his approach to cooking. He has put together some incredible YouTubes, has a great channel on YouTube for his gardening. He actually invested in more of a homestead and has gotten back to, just simple living base and simple cooking too, right? Bringing the things that he makes or the things that he grows in his garden back into his kitchen and using it that way. So as I was watching one of his videos a few weeks ago, at the end, he talked about releasing his cookbook, his holiday cookbook, just in time for the holidays to get it. And if you ordered it directly through him, he would autograph it and have his mom send it to you. And I fell in love with that idea of have his cookbooks, have used many of his recipes. And I thought that would be a perfect inclusion for my November cookbook choice. So with that, here it is. This is by Gaz Oakley, and it's called Plants Only Holidays. And the thing that I really love about this cookbook is, again, it brings just a traditional flair back to the holidays. Things that maybe you've grown up with, you've spent decades going through and enjoying on your holiday table. This is a way to veganize them or plant-based, create the plant-based alternative to it. So you're going to see a lot of very familiar, kind of have a familiar feel to them. And yet at the same time, they're very healthy, very plant-based oriented. And I think that's the thing that I really love looking through it. I just love his photography, the things that he includes throughout all of his cookbooks on his website and everything that he does. So found some great recipes in here so far. He does everything from Christmas breakfast, like these I have to try this year. I'm so excited to try his Earl Grey chestnut and cranberry cinnamon rolls. Love them, and I usually do try and make them on Thanksgiving morning. So great recipes for that. And then again, just, everything from cauliflower dishes to pasta dishes to more traditional types of recipes. Lots of side dishes. And the more I think about it, the more I think that is something I'm going to shoot for this year for my holiday table, is just to create a whole bunch of sides, because that way you get to kind of fill up on all kinds of goodness. And if something thrills you a little bit more than something else, you can dive into that and, really get a flair for some of the different vegetables that we use in plant-based eating. He also has some interesting gift products in the end, and I know I have friends, all over my local community that I really like sharing just simple gifts with. I'm taking a look at that, and I think that's what's so special and so unique about finding your cookbooks now, is maybe you can find something like that. Let's keep it simple this year. Let's give people, something that they're truly maybe not expecting, but will truly enjoy, especially as we move even closer to the holidays. So I'm going to look at some of that too, and actually build my own gifts for a lot of my friends this year. So I'm excited about that too. So depending on where you are right now in your holiday plans, I would highly recommend purchasing this cookbook from your favorite outlet, or if you still have time, you can order it like I did directly from the source. Go ahead and get it autographed like I did, and it'll be a proud inclusion on your cookbook shelf. Excited to cook with this year, and just to see the results, see what we get, and how we enjoy this holiday season. If you do it too, I'd love to hear from you and find out what recipes you chose and how you enjoyed this as a part of your new plant-based holiday.